In 2013, Amanda Bynes, one of the brightest young stars on Nickelodeon, was rushed into a psychiatric hold after a disturbing public breakdown. It was painful, confusing, and completely shocking, because just a few years earlier, Amanda was Hollywood's golden girl. But in one moment, she vanished from the spotlight. And Amanda isn't the only one. Today, we're looking at 7 celebrities who dominated the industry, then suddenly disappeared, and the real stories behind their fall. If you love powerful true stories like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we break down the biggest moments in pop culture every single week. Amanda Bynes was everywhere. Movies, sitcoms, interviews, and she was loved for her humor and pure talent. But behind the scenes, she was struggling with intense pressure, mental health issues, and the dark side of Hollywood. Today, she lives a quiet life, far away from the spotlight. A reminder that even the brightest stars can burn out under pressure. Cameron Diaz, the actress who walked away at her peak. Cameron Diaz shocked everyone when she disappeared from Hollywood, even though she was still a top-earning actress. But for her, the spotlight became exhausting. She later revealed she was tired of being controlled by Hollywood's schedule, expectations, and constant pressure. Cameron retired to build a family, write books, and start a clean wine company. She traded blockbuster movies for a life without cameras. And she says she's happier than ever. Dave Chappelle, the comedian who said no to $50 million. In the middle of his wildly successful show, Dave Chappelle vanished, literally. He walked away from a $50 million contract and flew to South Africa without warning. The reason? He felt the industry was becoming too toxic, and the pressure was affecting his mental and spiritual well-being. Years later, he returned on his own terms, proving that sometimes stepping away is the only way to stay sane. Lauryn Hill, the music legend who rejected fame. Lauryn Hill made one of the greatest albums of all time, and then disappeared. She often spoke about feeling trapped and misunderstood by the industry. Instead of chasing fame, Lauryn focused on her family and her personal beliefs. She still performs occasionally, but she avoids the mainstream spotlight completely. A legend who chose her own path. Brendan Fraser, the star Hollywood gave up on. Brendan Fraser was everywhere in the early 2000s until suddenly he wasn't. What many didn't know was that he suffered serious injuries from performing his own stunts, went through major personal struggles, and allegedly faced industry backlash after speaking out about harassment. Hollywood stopped calling, and Brendan disappeared. But years later, he made a powerful comeback, showing that disappearing doesn't mean the end. Macaulay Culkin, the kid who became too famous too fast. Macaulay Culkin was the most famous child actor of the 90s, but fame arrived too quickly and too intensely. After family conflicts and the pressures of stardom, he stepped back from acting to live a normal life. Today, he appears occasionally in projects he enjoys, but he stays far away from the spotlight that nearly destroyed him as a child. A quiet life over chaos. Lindsay Lohan, a comeback after the storm. Lindsay Lohan was once Hollywood's favorite young actress, but personal struggles, scandals, and burnout pushed her out of the spotlight. She moved overseas, focused on rebuilding herself, and stayed away from the entertainment industry for many years. Recently, she's slowly making a comeback, but on her own terms, at her own pace. Her disappearance was about healing, not quitting. Fame doesn't always destroy people. Sometimes, people walk away to save themselves. And in a world that demands constant attention, choosing to disappear might be the bravest move of all. If you'd like more stories like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, which celebrity's disappearance surprised you the most?